Thank you for having a look at this presentation on Visual Meta. The goal is to increase the power of the written word by making documents more powerfully interactive to support faster and deeper reading as well as more thought-out writing, by adding a few words at the end of the book or end of the document. This approach builds more richly interactive environments where the elements in the environments are more aware of themselves, what their characteristics are, and their contexts. The key is to let documents know more about who they are, how to cite them, what they contain, and how they are structured. In other words, building virtual information landscapes, not just frozen pixels. Paper meta can be thought of the first page of a printed book where you have the name of the publisher, the author, and so on. This is the meta for a PDF, which is kind of a joke because there is hardly ever any useful meta information there whatsoever, even though technically it is possible. So visual meta is an appendix at the end of the document, just like you would have in a paper book at the front of a document with a few interesting and useful additions. And no, we're not proposing a new standard. We all know the joke, oh, there are so many standards, we need a new unifying standards, and that means you have an extra standard. This is simply BibTeX with optional JSON in a human readable form at the end of a document. There are three main sections. There's an introduction where the system introduces itself, what version it is, and what software generated it. Then there is a completely standard BibTeX citation bit with the name of the author, the title, the year, and so on. This is followed by structure in JSON format. We have the name of headings in the document and what levels they are, so the reading software can allow you to fold the document and so on. This can also have the name of the author for a specific section if different people are writing the document. Even though the system is called Visual Meta, please note that only a small part is traditional meta information, such as the author, title, and so on. The rest of the information is what we might call retained data, because it was in the original document as part of the author's work process. It has not been added in an expensive process later. Visual Meta is published with a long paragraph on top explaining exactly what it is, so that anyone has access to use this open system even if they don't have access to the web page with the technical specifications, or if they're reading this in many hundreds of years in the future. I'd also like to point out that there can be an appendix after the appendix with annotations and amendments, such as highlighted text in the documents, so it's clearly delineated and allowing for searching in the future. The key benefits of Visual Meta are advanced interactions while reading. This includes folding the document into an outline, clicking on citations in the text to see full reference information, access to glossary, endnotes, and potentially even changing citation style from one academic format to another. Another main feature is augmented citing, which allows the user to copy text, paste it in a word processor, and the pasted text is pasted as a full citation. So when the author then exports that document to a new PDF, that citation is automatically included in the references. This also enables computational text, such as having equations and other variables in the document that the reader software can allow the reader to edit. Additionally, this approach allows for server surfacing of the data. So for instance, any graph or any chart in the document can be described in Visual Meta so that the servers will know what the data is, so they can do vast amounts of analysis on vast amounts of documents. Visual Meta is legacy safe and robust. It's legacy safe because it is just text for a PDF reader. It is nothing encoded, nothing special, so any PDF reader will open a document with Visual Meta. It is robust also because it is only text at the end of the document. So that means the document can be printed, scanned, and if you're on optical character recognition, nothing will be lost. All the data is there. If metadata really is as important as the data, it should be on the same level, and that is what this does. Thank you again for having a look. Please visit visual-meta.info for more information, and do not hesitate to get in touch.